wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. I am Travis. Dalethea will be here in a few minutes. And it is Friday. That means it's time for Friday Night Smackdown. Looks like we're starting it out with Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. And you got to remember, we do have a pay-per-view coming up in just 2 short days.
2 short days. Not long ones.
Yeah, they'll be short with the UFC tomorrow. Did you guys see that Charles Oliveira missed his weigh-in by a half a pound and lost his title today? He actually missed it by a pound, and then he had to get naked. So they brought this like screen out, and then he got naked, and boom. He failed by a half a pound. He did end up making weight, but it was too late because he has to make it on time, and he didn't. So if he wins, he will defend his title at a future, not his title, but he will fight for the title at a future UFC pay-per-view. And if Justin Gaethje wins tomorrow, then he will become the champion. So it is a title match tomorrow for one of them.
Films in the chat. Looks like, hey, film. Walter's out there and Sophie.
Hey, Walter and
hey,
Sophie.
Everybody. How's it going? How's everybody doing out there?
This was last week. What they're showing now, it's just a little highlight reel from last Friday. It was a beat the clock challenge. Ronda ends up winning because her submission hold is not quite as good as Rousey's. That's what they're saying. If Rousey taps out to the figure 8, I'm going to be so surprised.
Aaliyah is a better wrestler
than Shotzi.
All
sorts of things being told.
From that. Lies. Well, lies. Bunch of lies. All right. Here's what people got to say. All right, Walter says, good SmackDown matches tonight. WrestleMania Backlash is this Sunday, and I can stay until 9:15 p.m. my time for SmackDown, and I will be here Sunday for pay-per-view and Raw Monday. Fantastic, Woo! Walter. Sophie does say hi, people. Hello, people. And hello, all the people out there. And hello, Sophie. Johnny Wrestling wife contract expired this week. Yeah, sounds about normal.
I seen it. I seen that happen.
Sophie says,
Candice LeRae is out there.
I like the new hairstyle. And Sophie says, so pretty much everybody from the Triple H era of NXT are gone from the WWE.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
unless they're on the main roster.
Yep. Like Shotzi Blackheart, Aaliyah. And others.
Bryce is in the chat now. Hey, Bryce.
Hey, Bryce.
Says, hello, happy Friday,
Charlotte
Wrestling
coming
Gab.
out first. Huh?
Yes, hello, and happy Friday to you also, Bryce.
It is Friday. Happy Friday.
Sophie says, Dynamite this week got the lowest audience since a year. They got 8,000 viewers.
800,000, yeah. It was low, for sure.
Couldn't imagine why. Maybe because they had it right before people were off work.
No. You're thinking Rampage.
Oh, Dynamite. Oh, Rampage, yeah. Well, it was dumb. It was like watching WWE for like the first half of it. But why would you want to watch
Charlotte looking fantastic in her black. She always looks good in that black. Maybe she should just go to black.
No, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, there it is. Sophie says that. Walter says Aaliyah for the win. Walter also says AEW Rampage was good early today.
Aaliyah, is she wrestling Charlotte tonight? Where'd that come from?
I don't know. I have no idea what's happening.
All sorts of wrestling stuff. It's Friday. We did have some wrestling earlier today. If you guys watched Rampage, it was like a few hours ago.
Walter did watch it. He said it was good early today.
It did pretty good. They started out with the Dames, the women's tag team, and then they moved on from there, and then Samoa Joe and the Giant kind of end it. It is Aaliyah.
Sweet. Robbie's in the chat. Hey, Robbie, how's
Robbie.
it going? He says message retracted. Oh, let's see. Film says, hi, Miss D and Travis, but it's Friday, and you guys know what that means.
Yes.
That it's Friday.
That's Saturday for you? Or for Ravi?
Sure.
Is that what I mean?
I don't know. Film says he knows what that means. Is it because it has
Armpits.
Smackdown and armpits?
Charlotte's armpits.
That's it. It's got to be. Sophie's like, most of the people from the Triple H era of NXT are also part of the main roster, but they haven't been pushed in a long time on WWE TV. Philip says, big hugs and big heart. Right back at you, my friend. And Robbie says, what's up, lads, lasses, ladettes, LOL. Is there such a thing as ladettes?
Yeah, do you think that Ciampa will stay on the main roster and stay up and be the one connection from the eras?
I don't know. That's a good question, though. Robbie says, yeah, I did realize AEW was on early today. Did you watch your Rampage? I didn't. Rampage. I was working.
They're in the armpit of New York.
Armpit of New York. It's New Jersey. Oh. Walter says, is there a prediction show on Saturday before Sunday?
It's a good question.
Very, very good question, Walter.
We do have to do like a birdhouse thing.
I got shit to do.
I don't know if you're planning on doing that tonight or when. Or you're just doing the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing extra. I'm just painting and stuff. Why does her blueberry look fake as fuck?
It's because she's got like a bronze painting on it, like a bronze color.
On her skin?
Yeah, like a bronzer. She looks like a statue. So Charlotte is just sitting there talking about Ronda Rousey the whole time, while Aaliyah's sitting there, hey, we have a match. You're not supposed to overlook superstars, but I guess Charlotte can do it.
Yeah.
Like Canelo. Canelo looks like he's looking forward to his future fights more than he's worried about tomorrow.
It's because he's a vegan now, and it ruins your brain noggin.
And Bivol, or whatever his name is pretty damn tough, so... That's going to be an interesting heavyweight championship, or not heavyweight, light heavyweight championship fight tomorrow night.
Sophie says, this is a theory that both Johnny Wrestling and Candice Wrestling could be part of that Owen Hart Cup as the Joker card.
It could be.
Anybody could. It's a Joker.
Is she in that kind of shape? She just had a baby not too long ago.
I don't think she's been working at being in shape. The pictures I've seen of her, she's not.
Right.
Robbie's like, D, you're a ladette. Let's be real. What the fuck is a ladette? Like, that sounds creepy and gross. I don't think I want to be that.
Sounds pretty cool.
Film's like, yes, it's armpit time. You're correct, Travis. Thumbs up.
Woo!
Does Travis get a fucking prize?
He doesn't get anything.
I think he should get a prize.
Aaliyah getting her ass handed to her, by the way.
Not yet.
She just said Rhonda. That's not Rhonda. Oh, shit. She's called her Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. She should have known it wasn't her name. Uh-oh.
She can't get it off. She's like,
Rhonda
cool,
coming down.
Thanks.
She's running on down to the ring.
Oh. I guess I
Oh, okay. Whatever you got to do.
Robbie's like, I saw a little of the end of Samoa Joe came out. That's cool.
Yeah, I saw that also, the very end. I watched, it was on, I just didn't pay much attention to it.
Walter says, boo, Flair. Indicator says, don't mind me. Just a random new guy being random, visiting some random chat streams.
Random.
That's cool. Film says, let's go, Queen Armpit, Charlotte Flair. Woo! Robbie says, Aleda is another word for tomboy. Subi says, there has been so many wild predictions on who is part of the Owen Hart Cup, like Cesaro, Johnny Wrestling. Not surprising. Walter says, here comes Rousey. Yeah, she's making it down to the ring.
Lots of former WWE people.
Mm-hmm.
Ronda getting thrown around. Charlotte getting pretty physical.
Ooh. Robbie's like, Ronda getting cooked up.
Yeah.
Is she? Walter's like, there's a good fight on SmackDown.
It is. It's a knockdown drag out.
Yeah. You know, it's a go-home show, so they gotta, like, show each other up, right?
They're supposed to be.
The ref was like, oh, I have to get back in here? All right. Because another ref and a security guy came.
That's crazy. They're like, nobody cares. Oh.
And again. She's like, I just have to grab you. She's like,
Yeah. Things are getting crazy.
Jamie Noble. Is she the ref?
Jamie Noble is the guy that has the goatee on the top right.
Oh.
He was a wrestler for years.
The cat's very excited about what's happening on the TV.
Well, who wouldn't be?
I have no idea. They just keep fighting. Hopefully they won't hurt each other because, you know, then
Yeah,
they can't
there's a big
wrestle
pay-per-view
Sunday.
coming up.
Sophie says Cesaro and Johnny Wrestling have been quiet after they both left the WWE. Film says, Ronda Rousey's coming up, Misty. You might want to go stop Ronda with your mighty armpits. I'll love you, Misty. Thanks, Film. I don't want to get near her. She makes me want to barf. Robbie's like, Ronda going for that one same move. And Sophie's like, I wonder who gets less views at this point, NXT, Impact, or Rampage. And Sophie's like, the Long Island crowd have been very quiet so far.
Not a surprise.
I was like, Ronda's such a lousy puncher. And Chris O'Connor's in the chat. Hey, Chris, how's it going, man? Says, hey, Travis and D.
Woo!
Hey.
How you doing?
Now we know they hate each other. Pat McAfee.
Hopefully he's alive. He's like stuck in a corner.
Are you hanging yourself over there, buddy? I don't hear any meowing of distress yet.
Right. I still hear jingling, dingling.
Leopold.
Shayna Baszler, Natalya. Are they going to be the next women's tag team champions?
I don't know. Walter's like, that was an awesome fight. And Sophie's like, anybody watching baseball so far?
Watch a little bit of it here and there.
Hey, buddy, did you make it out of the hole of doom? Is that not such a good idea?
Shayna trying to tear that shoulder out. Oh, it's boss time! Sasha.
Leopold. Leopold.
He's like, I like headphones.
Stop it. Get off there.
He's like, where'd that come from?
Right.
All right. So Sasha having a match tonight.
Leopold.
That'll be exciting.
Get off there.
Lots of
Come here.
Sasha fans in the world.
Get off there.
And you can't blame them. Like, who wouldn't want to be a Sasha fan?
Come here. Leopold. Leopold.
So we actually didn't even have a match with Charlotte and what's her name?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah.
Not really. She just kind of beat her up some and then went about her merry way. But Robbie wants to know who is getting excited for Ronda. Let's be real.
Nobody. I don't know if there is anybody that's really excited for Ronda. I have not heard it anywhere. Maybe there's some old UFC fans that are getting back into this.
I think Walter likes her.
Oh, Walter loves her.
I think Walter likes Ronda Rousey. He boos Charlotte Flair, so I'm just guessing.
Well, a lot of people boo Charlotte. That is not for you.
Not Chewy toys. Here's a trivia question for you guys. Mick Foley ordered Chris Jericho to be held in what at the 2017 Royal Rumble?
See if people get this because you read this one last Friday.
Oh, yeah. There you go. I read it last Friday, so if you get the answer right, good for you.
That means you were paying attention last week.
I couldn't remember where I left off.
Yeah, that might have been the last one you read. I don't know.
No, it was the next one.
Oh. Hey. Hey. Wasn't me. And then they got me on the coat. Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. Sophie's like, Davari looks like Sanjay Dutt. I find out what is going on with baseball through Twitter. Walter's like, Sasha Banks for the win. Chris says, open some baseball cards today. Nothing special. It's one of those packs where they are unopened 90s baseball cards.
Hey, that's way cool.
That's pretty awesome.
I have a box of those somewhere. I don't know exactly where they're at. I might not have access to them, but I did have a box of unopened, like 91 Flairs.
Huh. That's cool. Walter says that. Ravi says, Naomi really selling that broken arm. She should be on HBO with that acting. Walter says, oh, the kitten is around, LOL. Sophie says, AEW is rumored to introduce the long-awaited Trios title at some point. They are just waiting for Omega to come back. Chris says, I got some decent cards like my Astros and even a Barry Bonds card, but unfortunately no Nolan Ryan. And Sophie says, who is excited for the first Sunday morning baseball game on Peacock this weekend?
Not me. I will not be watching it. I can, however, listen to it on XM satellite radio. I can listen to any game as long as it's not in the blackout area. So I can't listen to the Colorado Rockies or the Seattle Mariners, but everybody else I should be able to listen to.
Yeah.
I might be able to with a
Sirius?
VPN.
Can you not listen to it through the Sirius XM?
That's what I said. They would be blacked out because that's local games.
Oh. Sophie says, it's okay, I'm here for the chat and talk about random stuff. Yeah, totally is. Walter's like, I see the kitten wants to be on the cam. Yeah, he was running around up there.
He likes to be part of the show.
Luke says, hi, Dalethea and Trav and chat. Hey, Luke, how's it going? Sophie says, I'm finally going to see Fantastic Beasts 3 on Wednesday. Cool beans.
Oh, I bet you it's so good. I'm excited to see it.
Film says, let's go and rip off Sasha Banks. The answer to the trivia question was a shark cage.
That is.
So if you guessed a shark cage, you got it right. And you're smart because
if you
remembered from last
then
week.
It's 7 days old. Shayna Baszler, the Queen of Spades. Hanging out with the Queen of Hearts.
Walter says, hey, Luke. And Robbie's like, another washed up tag match.
Do you think they should have a Joker? They should get like a Joker. Actually, that's what Naomi should do. Naomi should join them and be the Joker. And then what other card is there? Isn't there 4 cards of queens?
Yeah, there's spades,
like
clubs, diamonds, hearts.
Spade. That's what she is. So what's the mushroom looking one?
That's a spade.
Oh, what's the one that's kind of like a arrow point?
Oh, sorry, a club. Sorry.
Oh.
Spade is the point. Club is the club foot one looking.
There you go. We need a club and a the other one she said.
Club and diamonds.
And a diamond. That wouldn't be that hard to find.
Wouldn't
and they could just be a deck of cards.
Mm.
Whoa! Meteora off the top! Sasha, what's on her head? Like a do-rag? She got a gangster rag?
Legit, it says.
She got a rag on. She's representing for Boston, I guess. Oh, look at her grinding those fingers. Those little phalanges, they can't handle that. Although she's not very heavy. What do you think she weighs? Like $115?
Maybe.
Watching those women fight tomorrow, they're 115. That Rose, Thug Rose.
Well, she's about their size.
I feel like she's a little bigger than they are. A little thicker. They don't have butts. She got a little bit back there. She has lost quite a bit of weight, though, and her butt's getting smaller. Hey, you know, I always thought, like, growing up, that women got bigger butts as they got older. But watching sports, I think their butts get smaller when they get older. Lita had a butt. I remember Lita having a butt. Now she has nothing. There's literally, it looks like a frog stood up. Bliss, she posted some pictures of her butt, and she's like, back when I used to have a butt, she don't have a butt anymore, or it's getting smaller. Sasha's is getting smaller. These guys are getting close to 30. They're like, my butt's going away. Shayna's trying to rip that shoulder out or something. I don't know what she's doing here. Dalethea having her dinner.
I don't know
which
what's
is
happening
popcorn
either.
and what is that?
Apples
M&Ms?
and peanut M&Ms.
That's awesome. Peanuts, apples, and popcorn for dinner with a little chocolate. Whoa.
Walter's like, yes, got it. And film says, boo. Shayna Baszler, boo.
Got rich? Whoa.
Hopefully everything on our board still works after Mister decides to walk over it.
Yeah.
Probably stay there and play with something.
Naomi looking like me on the outside. All slow and rubbing her neck. Shayna Baszler would be one of the people I could see eventually let go from the NXT brand. But Vince likes those people that he made. You know, she's never wrestled anywhere else.
Right?
She was a UFC fighter. And he's into that, the athletes to come across sports. I just don't know how popular she is still with the UFC crowd.
There he goes.
Hey, buddy. Don't get up there. Don't get up there.
Mmm. Film's like, boo, Shayna Baszler, boo. Sophie's like, with baseball on these streaming services, I don't know what that means for those package deals that people get every year to watch every baseball game that their team is on. Robbie says Sasha gonna get her arm broken, lol. Well, it's like Naomi and Banks have cool hair, cool hair color. Vindicator says, I just don't understand these face-to-face conflicts. I'm tired of seeing those in contract signings. If they don't have a match, don't have those characters on the show. Prisakani says, do you guys talk about the trial or no? Herd's acting is so cringe. Plus, I didn't know she was from Texas and Austin. At that, she gives us Texas a bad name. We were already labeled as cheaters.
Right.
Your damn Astros and your weirdos. Just kidding. So it was like, so the pay-per-view have 6 matches this weekend, so the pay-per-view could run 2 hours or less than that.
I'm okay with it running. It'll probably run 3 because they'll put a whole bunch of crap in there. But
Sophie says, who cares about that hack trial? I don't. Bryce says, I hope Sasha Banks isn't going to get injured, right?
it's like a defamation trial. It's not even like a trial. Like, nobody's going to jail.
It's just a civil trial.
Yeah. It shouldn't even be on TV. This is weird to me.
Here's a trivia question for you. Roman Reigns is the son of which former WWE Tag Team Champion? Let's see.
You should start eating your gummy bears.
I was going to have a few tonight,
Oh, were you?
but I didn't grab them when I came in.
She forgot.
I had my hands full. Walter says an AEW tournament Joker person is Cesaro. Yeah, that's the rumor, right? Chris says Shayna the eye candy. Vindicator says Sasha doesn't need to be another Pete Dunne. Cough, cough. I mean Butch the scrappy newsboy. Robbie says Natty's butt is getting bigger. Luke says let's talk about politics or the ongoing trial. Let's keep the question to wrestling and food. Other sports are fine too. I don't care. Walter's like, there's the kitten, has energy. Yeah. Sophie's like, are people forgetting that Sasha Banks, Charlotte Bayley, Kevin Owens, Ciampa, Ricochet, etc. were part of the Triple H version of NXT at one point or another?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've been on the main roster long enough where people have said, okay, they're part of the main roster.
Bryce says, wait, hold up. Shayna Baszler is eye candy? Okay.
Yeah, we hear
Chris
that a lot on
really
here.
likes Shayna Baszler. Okay, Bryce, leave him alone. Vindicator's like, damn, European pro wrestlers are absolute pigs. What? Chris
Is
says,
pig a good word?
on AEW, this wins. It will be Quadzilla, Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter. A lot of ass in that match.
There's quite a bit of butt in that
Robbie
one.
says, even if you were pissed, you still wouldn't go near Shayna. Even if you were drunk, huh? You know better.
Pissed drunk.
Sophie's like, Cobra Kai Season 5 drops on September 9th, and I don't care about Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. Vindicator says, Leopold mooning the camera will probably be the best thing that happens tonight or a WrestleMania Backlash. Did he moon it?
No, he turned his butt.
Did he turn his butt? And he's all like, here's my butt. Here's my big old butt. He has a very tiny butt. Bryce says, Shayna, I meant. Sophie says, does a kitten never calm down? He does.
He sleeps all day. He sleeps like 20 hours a day. You guys just get to see him for like 15, 20 hour for just
minutes.
hell. But yeah, he's
he decides.
usually asleep.
Right.
He's getting taller and taller and skinnier and skinnier.
The answer to that trivia question was Sika, the wild Samoan.
Yep. He's a
That's
wild
who
Samoan.
Roman Reigns is the son of.
Sika.
Robbie says,
Oh,
Sophie, I don't know
Sasha,
who they
Meteora,
are, so
1,
how can I
2,
care?
and 3. No!
Sophie says,
So
WWE
close.
is interested in the former Big Cass after that AEW match.
They should be. Get him, sign him up.
Bryce says, oh, okay, no judging here. We know Bryce, that's fine.
Put him on SmackDown. Keep him away from Carmella and what's his name? Her husband. Corey.
Robert Warney is in the chat.
Hey,
Robert
Robert
says, hey, y'all, good to see y'all again. Nice to see you too, Robert. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Thanks for being in here.
That was weird. That was like a botch. Whoa! Little bulldog.
Walter says, hey, Robert. And Robbie says, Banks with a lazy cover. Sophie says, my dog sleeps most of the day. Then she gets energy, calms down again, and gets energy again.
Yeah.
Robert says, hey, Walter, what's up? Film says, what is next for Carmella?
Ooh. Something with Zelina, I would assume. Maybe even, what's her name? Shayna. Is it Shayna? No. Who's the brunette? Pretty one. She's the boss.
She's the boss.
Yeah.
Brunette boss. Oops.
Huh. I can't think of her name. I swear it starts with an S.
Sonya Deville?
Sonya.
Oh my.
You know, Sonya slapped her in the face last week. Is all I was getting at, basically. Something could happen.
She did it to both of them.
Yeah. Which could unify them again. Shayna Baszler. Oh, she's going to break her arm. Next week, they have a title match. Here it is. Naomi. She's not strong enough to get away from Natalya. Oh, she did.
She finally got close enough.
Oh, God. That was a good elbow. She might have broke her jaw.
Robert says, thanks, I appreciate it. And Sophie says, a lot of AEW wrestlers are thinking about joining the WWE, and some people say, wait till 2024. Chris says, the eye candy wins. And Robbie's like, Natty doing what she does best, cheat.
Cheat.
The Women's Tag Team Championship
next
is
week.
Next week. Definitely not going to be seeing that shit on Backlash.
Did you know the last time the Intercontinental... Now, I don't know how true this is. I know we've been watching, but you can tell me how true it is. The Intercontinental Championship, the last time it was defended on a pay-per-view was WrestleMania 37.
Wow.
So, over a year. That's pretty nuts. If that's true.
Any of my
I read
fact
that somewhere.
checkers out there, get on it. Tell me if that's true or not, because I wouldn't know. Oh, Crystal Kane is like, Sonya. Yep, that's
It
the
was
one.
a drum match. It was Apollo against Big E. Big E was the champion.
Really?
Uh-huh. The Intercontinental Champion.
Wow, okay.
I guess they decided to never do that unification match. They just did it to build up to the tag team match.
Oh.
So those plans were never scrapped because they were never in writing.
The men's thing?
Tag team
Oh.
unification.
So it says there are plans for them to hold the draft this year, but no date yet. It could happen after SummerSlam or the UK pay-per-view. It is tentative to take place in the fall.
Right. It's usually, you can predict it because it's when the cable networks get their new year, which is in October. So I would assume it'll be the very first part of October when the new year starts for television.
Right. Robbie says Naomi with a broken arm, she's better than Superman. And Bryce says, is Natalya going to stay on NXT 2.0?
No, she's just down there
No,
helping
she's just
talent.
doing doing stuff, helping the people,
Making
giving them
paychecks.
somebody to fight. And that's what she is. She's a trainer and stuff, so it makes
She's
sense.
an antagonist, and they like to put her up against them all the time. She likes to work with the young ladies.
Robert Warney says, I heard someone said, never trust a Neidhart. Natalya cheated. Sophie says, when was the last time the U.S. Championship was defended on a WWE pay-per-view? I don't know.
No idea. It wasn't that long ago. Pretty sure we saw it defended a few months back. Maybe this year. I'd have to go back through my notes. To me, that's weird, though. The Intercontinental Championship used to mean something.
Sophie says Fox wants an exclusive roster, so expect Raw to create a new world championship at some point.
Yeah, either that or Roman will lose one of those belts to the Money in the Bank winner, would be my guess. But just one of them.
It shows you Marshmallow.
I wouldn't be surprised if Fox bids on Raw, by the way, and wins that. Because then they got somebody to go head-to-head with Monday Night Football. And people will watch that. Because Monday Night Football is on ESPN. It's not on ABC anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they put it back on ABC, the ratings would go up. But...
Oh, yeah.
Uso Penitentiary. Who won that last match?
I don't remember.
Sasha?
No. Shayna won because Natalya helped cheat.
Oh, nice.
Luke says that Travis correct. IC title was last defended on a pay-per-view at WrestleMania 37 when Apollo Crews won.
Yeah, the drum match against Big E.
Chris O'Connor says this is kind of dumb because Reigns already beat Drew at Survivor Series by passing out to the guillotine, but maybe they say that doesn't count.
Nothing counts. Yeah,
Happy Corbin. Sophie says that stinks that the IC Championship hasn't been defended on pay-per-view in more than a year. That must be some kind of record.
I don't know. I mean, there was a time when there wasn't pay-per-views. But, yeah. Since the inception of the pay-per-view or closed-circuit television, it might be. Although they just had WrestleManias at one time.
Yeah.
So that was every year.
Film says, is Sami Zayn coming out yet? I want him to get a couple of W's in. No, it's Happy Talk up next.
Happy Corbin. After the break. So we got a commercial break coming up.
And here's a trivia question for you. Which WWE superstar is the only man to win a King of the Ring, a Royal Rumble, the WWE Championship, and the Universal Championship? This is old, so think like, years ago. Not like within the last 3. Robbie says the Usos need to be locked up in their own penitentiary for too many rinse and repeat tag matches. And Walter says, boo, Happy Corbin. Vindicator says, so with Corbin prancing around out there made me wonder. Travis, what kind of gambling have you ever done in your youthful days? I don't think you ever been to Vegas.
I grew up in Vegas.
He was not that old.
Right, but I grew up there. But, yes, I've been to Vegas, but mostly jackpot, and I just play 21 and then slot machines. I've never actually bet on sporting events or anything. And obviously fantasy, baseball, football, basketball, that kind of stuff. I used to win fantasy baseball all the time, and then they changed the rules on me, and it crippled my team, so I had to rebuild my team. And I'm just barely getting good again. So they'll probably switch the rules back.
Oh, yeah. They'll switch it to something else.
$10,000.
It says, come on, WWE, give your championships and spotlight and the champion themselves and the ones who are holding onto the championship titles. Sophie says, do you suspect them to announce the pay-per-view schedule for next year like they did last year?
I hope so. I like to put that shit out on my calendar months and months and months in advance. Like right now, we don't even know what pay-per-view, the dates in October. You know? It's like, ugh. I know we know the November one, but we don't know the October one.
Right.
That would be a nice one to know.
Well,
they did
it's
their
in a different country, so it makes sense.
they
they're
did
not
their
quite
call
sure.
yesterday for the investors, and I actually listened to it, and it was actually pretty good. They're going to do an RPG game. I think people will get excited about that. I guess 60% of their audience is 35 or younger with video game experience. So they're kind of going to start targeting them. I kind of worded that wrong. 60% of their audience that's under 35 is gamers. There. Not 60% of their audience. Most of their audience is old. So they are targeting the younger people.
Bryce says, okay, got it. Thanks, Dee. Uh-huh. And Walter says, is that popcorn, Dalethea? It is. And apples. Robbie says, happy Corbin flexing, thinking he's a G.
G'd up from the feet up.
Robert Warney answer to the trivia question. And Chris says, earlier on Rampage, Scorpio Sky made a joke saying that the TNT title will stop being passed around in the back like Ty Conte. That was funny.
That is classic.
Sophie says, Drew ever won King of the Ring or the Universal Championship? Oh.
I don't think he has.
Vindicator says, by the way, glad to see Travis feeling better and not playing hurt tonight. I don't think anyone else here gave Travis his props for his consistency and showing up here to listen to us chuckleheads.
Woo! You know, I did make it. I have missed a show before, though. It was back in November. I did get sick and missed a show, and she did it all by herself. So, and it was a Friday Night Smackdown.
Did you guys not enjoy it? Did you guys hate it so much you wiped it from your memory? The answer to that trivia question is Brock Lesnar. If you guessed Brock Lesnar, you got it right.
Brock. I would have said John Cena, so I was going to go dun 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 dun, but I didn't want to give it away, and I would have wrong. Randy wants to stand up straight, but when he does, the voice gets quieter.
Right, because she's not holding the mic up where it needs to be because she's stupid.
She's short. Her arm's probably fully extended. Her boobies will pop out if she was all like this.
She should have shoved it right up under his nose.
You smell that? You smell it?
Can you guess where it was earlier?
Oh, God. And discuss.
That's right. I put it in.
Armpit.
No.
Like, I don't know.
Who's a really sweaty wrestler?
I don't like to say that I'm not interested in storylines because that's just a cliche, but this one, I'm like, I don't even understand it. Madcap is... Does he have one fan? Yet they switched him to a baby face. Usually you wait till you get like 5 or 10 fans. He has 0. Are you a fan of him?
No.
Does anybody out there like Madcap?
Sophie says RPG game. They didn't say if it is a video game or a tabletop game.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I assume it's a video, but assuming can get you in trouble. Make an ass out of you and me.
No.
Nobody wants to hear you tell jokes. Nobody likes you.
Film says, I like Ty Conte, but I'm kind of losing a little bit of respect for her since she is with Sammy Guevara.
It's not necessarily that. It's just that they make out
All
the time on TV, and it's just gross. Like, it'd be different if they kissed.
I mean, it's different when they're making, like, jokes about shit, but they're, like, making it all serious, guys, and that's nasty.
I'm pretty sure Sammy's officially turned heel.
I don't want to see their personal fucking whatever gross love life on TV. I just don't. I don't care enough about them.
So our audio's off. I don't know if everybody else's audio's off. Oh, it's... I might have to restart our show. Not this, that.
Yeah. Well, it did a buffering thing, so
Yeah.
maybe.
Did it start after that?
Oh. Yes. It did. It did that buffering thing, and then it did it.
Say it to my face.
Say it to his face ball.
Oh, he's coming out.
Oh, let's see. Philip said that. Sophie says, I think the WWE is calling every arena to get their 2023 pay-per-view schedule locked down before announcing it.
Madcap. Is this his new music?
Why is there closed captioning on?
I don't know. Is it something simple?
I don't know. Is it gone? Like, go back.
Which direction?
Like off of your thing. I don't think it's there anymore. That was weird.
Well, they haven't talked yet.
It's
He came out.
Much better. Let's see. Well, Chris is like, shush, please. What, really? Philip's like, shame on you, Sam McVar. And Sophie's like, an RPG WWE video game sounds interesting. It looks like Pitbull cover band, LOL. That's whose shorts that the mic's down in. Robbie's like, not gonna lie, Madcap is being wasted. Looks like Madcap is very slowly growing on me.
That was actually pretty funny. Wolves have hair.
Benu here says Riddick Moss should be a completely different character after splitting from Corbin. I understand keeping this silly look a gimmick. He's not more relevant now than when he joined Corbin. Thomas is in the chat though. Hey Thomas, how's it going? Says, hey guys, what's happened so far?
Big bald wolf. Big bald wolf.
Rhonda and Charlotte had a little bit of a fight
At the beginning.
Then there was a match between Shayna Baszler and Sasha Banks, and Shayna Baszler won.
And then a little bit of interview in the back with the Usos, and then an interview in the back with Corbin, and then interview in the back with the RK Bro. So lots of talking. And then we had Corbin time, whatever it's called, happy time or whatever.
Happy talk.
Happy talk with Corbin. And then Madcap came down, started calling him Bald Wolf. The big bald wolf. And now it's Drew Gulak time. No. Chop block. This is a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Minikir says Moss slipped. LOL. Time to change shoes too, buddy. Sophie says, in the conference call yesterday, they said that they will open performance centers across the world like Triple H was going to do before the world shut down.
Yep.
Chris says Madcap Moss should team up with Rick Boogs when he comes back.
Rick Boogs.
Chief Detective Martha's in the chat says, the big bald wolf. Ha ha ha. Sophie says there are plans for the main roster to get hit with releases soon. And Chris says Madcap thinks he's Chris Jericho with these insults.
To me, it looked like it was just mostly going to be in the performance area, down in NXT where the releases will be, and everybody will be graded on their performance and then be let go accordingly. Because they are making plenty of money at this point. Like this first quarter, they made like $300 million or something.
Robbie says, what's the deal with Drew Gulak?
I don't know. I feel like he's either going to get a new character or
he's taking the place of like Sonya Deville.
Yeah, he'll be released here pretty soon. Would be my guess. If they keep this up and they're not going anywhere with him. Is he wrestling tonight? He is.
Yes.
Oh, God. It's a question mark.
We don't know who it's going to be, though. Chopper? Not Chopper.
No.
Luke says, I've always leaned to liking the face wrestlers over heel wrestlers. Lately, it seems WWE and AEW are really pushing heels. but not faces, so the good guys seem weak and dumb against all the uber heels. Okay, so Travis read some stuff a while ago, maybe a couple months ago. I don't know if you ever mentioned it on here, but him and I talked about it, that Vince is literally trying to get rid of heels and faces. Like, that there's not going to be any such thing as a heel or a face. Anyways, here's a trivia question for you real quick. Who produced video proof of Kevin Owens promising Braun Strowman a Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble 2017? Sophie says both Fox and USA Network's contract with the WWE ends in 23 or 24. Vindicator says Moss will probably be a mid-card time filler sideshow for the duration of his WWE stint, just like Cesaro, then beg for his release.
Right. They also think that there's going to be a lot of people bidding on wrestling this time around. And so they're looking forward to massive contracts. So I wouldn't be surprised if Raw ends up on Fox or Netflix, or at least their pay-per-view rights, on Netflix. Because Netflix is going to start flirting with live TV. They kind of want to start flirting with live shows. They don't like commercials, though. They pride themselves in live sports always have commercials. So they're going to have to figure that part out.
Right. Looks like Drew about to go against a lady wrestler, LOL. I don't know. It was a dude outline, so. Walter's like, Drew Gulak for the win. And Sophie says, so the way they are releasing NXT talent now is kind of like how minor league baseball do.
Yep.
Robbie says, is Cody the best thing to happen to WWE at the moment?
I think Nikita Lyons is the best thing to happen to WWE right now.
Chris
But yes, Cody is their best free agent signing in a long time.
Chris says, it's going to be Sonya. Looks like the crowd will always make wrestlers face or heel, though Vince is nuts. Vindicator says Roman is a definite heel and heels sell tickets. Sophie says, I totally forgot about that Kevin Owens-Braun Strowman feud and storyline.
I think what they should do is just make people an asshole and other people, like, just kind of almost be yourself. If you're an asshole, be an asshole. If you're a super nice person, be a super nice person. Just be yourself. And I think being genuine would come through eventually. Like John Cena, it'd be hard for him to be a heel because he is so genuinely nice to kids. Like, I'm not saying he'd be nice to every human that he ever met or anything, but it comes through as genuine, so it's hard to hate the guy. People out there going, I fucking hate that guy. What are you talking about, Travis?
Right. Walter's like, come on, Gulak, you will win. And Robbie says, Vince making money, why would he care? Sophie says, Dancing with the Stars will be exclusive to Disney Plus next season, which stinks for all the old people that still watches that crappy show.
It is. That's true. There's a lot of stuff going to be going to these streaming services. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what happens over the next 5 years. Sit back, grab some chips, and watch it.
That just means that they don't care about ratings anymore. So they'll just put shitty content on there, and then whether or not you watch it or not, you'll either just delete your shit or just not watch it.
Right, yeah, but they can tell how many people are watching Dancing with the Stars, right?
They aren't going to give a...
I'm
if
just
it's
saying,
streaming, they're not going to care.
Right, but if people are not watching it, they'll get rid of it and put something else on there. But so many people came to Peacock because of wrestling that it changed the game. Like, now people are like, whoa, wait, maybe AEW needs to go to HBO Plus for their pay-per-views to bring that revenue to HBO. Who is it? Do we know who it is? Oh, fuck. Sorry, Drew. It's Gunther.
Vinegar's like, yes, Travis, I love being in the den of Nikita Lyons. Chris says, actually, minor leagues are affiliated with major leagues, and some major league stars also play for minor teams. Robbie says, who is Nikita Lyons? Never heard of her.
Watch NXT.
We'll have to watch NXT and you'll see her.
And you will never forget what you just saw. She's great.
So he says, if a few people from the main roster get cut, would people notice or care? Yes.
I mean, obviously people are going to care because everybody likes somebody. Like, Drew Gulak's probably got a fan. Like, let's be honest. Somebody likes Drew Gulak.
I think Luke does. I think Luke really likes Drew Gulak.
I think there are a few people that would be missed.
The answer to that trivia question was Mick Foley.
Old Mick.
If you guessed Mick Foley for the guy who did the video stuff, then you're good. You got it right.
Oh, he's a monster compared to Drew. I think he's still getting thinner.
Sophie says, if a few people from the main roster get cut, oh, I already read that. Luke says, oh, Gunther squash against Drew. Although Walter's like, oh, it's Gunther. And Chris is like, Walter versus Gulak. And Chris is like, this is going to be a massacre. Orvis says, SmackDown really scraping the barrel with this match. Film says, here comes Gunther. Robbie says, nah, NXT is washed, so I won't bother. You might want to watch just to see if you could see her or look her up.
Yeah, there's also a lady named Lash Legend who she's been feuding with lately. I think who could be a superstar if they do her right. But she loses every week to Nikita. But I feel like she's got a bright future also. Then they have a whole bunch of 12-year-old looking girls.
Every man likes her 12-year-old looking girls out there.
But there are some other women down there. I mean, shit, Mandy Rose is whatever. Not Mandy Rose. Is it Mandy Rose?
Yeah, that's her name.
Mandy Rose. Yeah, she's down there. She does great.
Vindicator says, so far Gunther has a lukewarm presence on SmackDown. Nowhere near the same reaction as his days as Walter.
No, he's going to have to build his character back up. He kind of reminds me of Cody. He's got that same physique. That lengthiness and thin. Mm-hmm. He's not bulky as a wrestler.
Film says, see, is it getting hot over there? AKA talking about the weather.
Take up off all your clothes. It was 70 yesterday and probably about 68, somewhere 70 today. It says 70 on my thermostat here. So
it looks like I like who? I missed what you just said, Dalethea.
Drew Gulak.
You heard what I said.
She said that you like Drew Gulak.
I said that Travis said that Drew Gulak probably has fans. And I said, yeah, Luke's one of them. He really, really likes him.
I liked his PowerPoint stuff, but they stopped it. And now they're doing this where he's getting beat up every week. Hopefully he gets rewarded for this. Because I feel like this is next level stuff. Like if you get beat up over and over and over, like eventually you'll win the championship. Not like a major championship, but he's going to tap. Oh.
Vindicator's like, Walter in this chat gets more of a reaction, LOL.
1, 2, and 3. It's over.
Gunther wins. Sorry, Luke. I'm so sorry. Your best friend, Drew Gulak, lost.
Do you remember the big guy that used to hang out? He's over in TNA now, but he was the big guy, and he lost like 200 some matches in a row.
Kind of.
Anyways, the same kind of thing that's happening with Gulak right now. They'll put him in a tag team, and then he wins the tag team titles, like as a goofy tag team. Or something, just to reward him for this kind of crap. Either that or they're getting rid of him. Like, that's all I can see. One of the two are happening to Gulak. He's getting beat up by women.
So it says Netflix is still the #1 streaming service out there for whatever reason, since that's the only streaming service out there, because that's the one old people have.
It's that, and it's worldwide.
Film says, what I'm trying to say is, I guess May wanted to turn it to June already, LOL. Well, there's like, yes, thanks, Vin, LOL. Chris says, this is actually be a technical match, but this is a WWE, not Indies.
You know why they call it May?
No, why do they call it May,
Because it may be 80, and it may be 40. It may be 25 degrees.
Nice.
It may be 100. Oh.
Let's see. Sophie says Netflix have a few original shows out there, but not enough that people would care about. Robbie says, could be a superstar, but loses every week, LOL. Walter's like, Gunther will beat Gulak. Okay. Robbie's like, this Gunther guy couldn't beat the fellow or Bobby or Drew.
Different programs right now, but I think he could. If they do it right, he can be an elite level athlete. If they do it right, but they've got to do it right.
Right.
where he beats Bobby,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and stands over him with the German flag or whatever, drapes it over him. You got to make him hated. And Bobby would be perfect because he's the, you know, the Marine, the U.S. serviceman, and make it a flag versus flag match, and then Gunther beats him, and then.
Yep.
But that's if they want that kind of heat on him.
Right. Sophie says it'll be interesting when football game goes on Amazon Prime on Thursday starting in September. Bryce says, oh no, Gunther, don't destroy Drew Gulak even though he has enough WWE yet.
Look in the back. Look in the back.
Sami Zayn. Why is she all mad?
Why does she have that look on her face?
What the
Wipe
fuck
that
was
look
that
off your
look
face.
for? Like, why does she look
She looked like
that?
she was trying not to cry.
Have they found Butch yet?
No.
He's still lost?
Well, he was in Europe wrestling, by the way.
No, he wasn't.
But nobody
He was lost like a cat.
But they might have found Butch.
And nobody
The
found him.
Holy Trinity. So they're saying all three of them here. Oh, nope, just a duo still. Ooh, tables match.
Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods up next against Sheamus and Ridge Holland, you guys. There you go. Pat McAfee just asked the question we all want to know. Where the hell is Butch?
I think Butch could be skydiving. Off the coast of Madagascar.
Well, that's a good place for you, I guess.
Where do you go when you want to disappear? You think he's in the mountains of, like, Montana?
I don't know.
Hanging out with, like, Eric Bischoff or something? Hanging out with Ted Turner? Those are wrestling guys. They live up there.
Walter was like, Gunther won, boo, and Luke says Drew Gulak can fall off a bridge, and I wouldn't mind. I think you'd be very upset. I think you'd grieve.
I think he needs to do
For a
his own
while.
PowerPoint and then fire himself. That shit would be funny.
So he says, hopefully this Drew Gulak storyline leads to a good payoff, and Vindicator says people won't notice this little detail, but Gunther and Gulak are old school wrestlers who don't wear knee pads.
That's funny.
Here's a trivia question for you, which is probably not funny. Who broke Bob Backlund's WWE Championship belt?
Bob Backlund being that champion was the goofiest thing I had ever seen in my entire life. That was kind of my downfall to the WWE when they put the title back on him. Looks like an old man.
That's funny.
Like, he was a great champion in the 70s and the early 80s, but they put it on him in the 90s.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Robbie says, nah, he couldn't beat them. And Sophie says, wow, Shinsuke, another feud for Roman in the future. And Walter's like, boo, Sheamus. Robbie's like, Nakamura needs to pull up on Roman. And Walter says, New Day for the win tables match. Robbie's like, the fella. Film says, what are they going to do, Holland, since he's with Sheamus?
You ready to try this one?
No,
Well, it's a different flavor.
I don't want to try it.
It might be your favorite.
It's going to be gross. I'm already tainted with grossness. Rob is like, this match looks good. Sophie says, I do believe that Raw will create a world championship in case they don't want Roman to lose or give up one of the championships. Walter's like, Butch is missing. He is missing.
He has been missing since he ran away.
And Chris says, no Shotzi so far. And Sophie says, Howie Mandel's new Netflix show is fun. You guys might like it. It is called Bullshit, the Game Show.
He is so freaking funny. Is it really? Is it more than one show?
I think it's like a game show, so it's probably like
yeah.
multiples, but you probably could watch one and be fine. Hopefully it's not weird again. It did a buffering thing again.
I saw it.
Might need to reset our router stuff. Oh, you'll probably do it for tomorrow. Never mind. Vindicator says, no, he's just too small. Walter Dalethea says he has a feminine physique.
I don't mind what they're doing with Butch. You have not heard me complain, and I usually do when those little guys come out from NXT. But they're doing a really good job with Ciampa and
He reminds me of the
Butch.
angry Wachati guy.
right.
Ernest Bell is in the chat. It says, Smackdown on? Yeah, it sure is.
Old Drew Mac.
That's this guy. Film says, listen, no hate for Sheamus. He's great, but I'm kind of tired of seeing him on TV. Well, that's how I feel about Drew McIntyre and a whole bunch of other ones.
Yeah,
so,
there's a lot of people
you know,
I think that of.
there you
I
go.
like that Sheamus isn't getting beat up, though. Like, he wrestles all these mid-carders, but he wins. Like, they haven't embarrassed him on the second level down.
Sophie says, remember Drew Gulak was a free agent but for a day before he re-signed with the WWE.
Yeah, he getting paid to act a fool, I guess.
Or Robbie's like, come on, fella. Virginia Haas is in the chat. Hey, Virginia says, hey,
Hey.
gave another thumbs up just for wrestling. Have a good night, guys. Thanks,
Have a good
Virginia.
night. Thank
Have a
you.
great night yourself. Have a good weekend. Watch your pay-per-view on Sunday. Sophie says, it is a game show. And Sophie says, even Drew McIntyre said in an interview that he thinks that both brands deserve a world championship.
Well, of course they do. Come on. I don't think that's disputed. Is there somebody out there that says, Raw doesn't need a champion?
Well, I think it's all these people who thought because that he won both belts that it's going to be unified into one belt. And then they would only have one championship.
Right.
Because even Sophie made comments about that too. And I was like, there's no way. I couldn't imagine that Fox or, Raw, NBC would be happy about that. Like, there's no way. They'd be so mad. They'd be like, yeah, nope.
Yeah, and they have a lot of talent on there that can be a champion.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Cody there now, but Bobby Lashley, that's huge.
Bryce says, okay, Dee and Travis, I'm going to go ahead and get going. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye, Bryce.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Since we're kind of back from the commercial, we're just kind of seeing some background crap. The answer to that trivia question was Superstar Billy Graham. If you guessed Superstar Billy Graham, you got it right, and you're so smart.
Superstar Billy Graham.
Super smart stars.
Shit, that was probably the early days then. That was like the 70s stuff right there. Superstar Billy Graham was a stud. That's where Hogan got his stuff.
All right.
Are you going to get you some gummy worms?
Sure.
All right, we got that tables match coming up. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods.
They'll probably be disgusting.
They possibly could be. I would brace myself for it.
Would you?
Vodka's gross. And
I'm
it's
not doing the vodka one.
and it's poisonous.
I wasn't going to do the vodka.
White liquor, clear liquor is the devil.
I wasn't going to do the vodka one.
At least
Although Malibu rum is clear too, so.
yeah, but you can taste it that it's rum. Vodka is hard to tell, and if you mix it with a juice, you can just drink yourself to a coma. Oh, there's a spinning DDT. Sheamus looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Xavier Woods with a flying elbow. All right. Sheamus got a little bit of trouble going on in his corner. Woods up on his shoulders, just pounding him in the head. Oh, kicked him in the knee. Kicked him in the other leg. Sheamus is down. Woods, big knee. Uh-oh, look behind you, Sheamus, or Woods. Right to the back of the neck. Did you guys hear any news on Big E? It looked like his neck is not healing.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, it's not healing anywhere near like they thought it might be.
Ooh, that's not good.
That vertebrae doesn't heal. Like when people said he could be back in like 6 weeks, I was like,
No, he can't.
there's no blood flow to number one.
Right.
And that's where he broke.
Right.
I mean, there is, obviously, but it is very light.
Thanks to you, my kitty. Making sure that bag thing's out there. Run away. Made too much movement. You're like, I hate you.
All right, we got tables all over the place. There's basically no rules in this. You just got to throw somebody through a table, and whoever goes through a table loses.
Can you give me one of your stupid toothpicks that
I'd
you
love
haven't
to.
chewed all over your grossness?
You don't want mine. Or 5.
I don't need that many, but I couldn't just get one.
All right, so she is drinking. I don't know if
I'm
that's...
not drinking it. I'm eating them. There's no drinking.
She soaked gummy bears in liquor.
I saw it on TikTok.
TikTok turned
TikTok
her
is-
into an eating alcoholic. the devil.
I haven't tried them.
Well,
so
let's
we
flip
don't
the
know.
table over and those things will fall. He keeps trying to lift those counterbalances up. They're not balances, but you know the things that lock the table?
Oh, yeah.
He kept trying to lift them up. He has the table upside down. They're just going to keep sliding down.
What a dumbass.
Whoa, that would have ended it. Sheamus wisely moves the table. Can't throw somebody through a table if there isn't one.
Right? So if it says the people that aren't used on WWE TV must be getting worried about getting the budget cut call. McIntyre says, no, you can't have just one world championship, one set of tag titles, or two women's weight classes, or fewer pay-per-view. Just can't have anything that makes sense. That's not the WWE way of life. Okay, the reason why you can't have just one world champion, Vindicator, is because Raw and SmackDown are on two completely different networks. They're not on the same fucking network anymore. They don't go to the same fucking cities all the time. Like, SmackDown isn't always in the same city that Raw is. And Raw isn't always in the same city as SmackDown. Sometimes they are, but most of the time they're not anymore. So they can't do that. If that's the case, then your champion would have to go to each one of those every week. And I don't think there's anybody who would do that.
There's a few.
But they aren't championship material, if you want to put it that way. Robbie says, so
Whoa,
no Bailey
whoa.
this week. Probably not, since it's Friday and we haven't seen her. Sophia says, I don't think I was born when Bob Backlund was champion. And Ernest Bell says, is more wrestling on? It's happening right now.
Yeah, it's absolutely wrestling is on. Xavier Woods all the way up top.
Robbie
Comes
says,
down.
a
Oh,
little
God.
vodka does get you licked.
There's no way that didn't hurt.
Let's see.
Broke the barricade.
They smell just like, whatchamacallit.
Gummy worms.
They smell like the
Gummy bears.
Yeah, the flavor of the gummy bear.
Oh, yeah, coconut or whatever.
Well, they're pineapple.
Pineapple.
But you can smell the coconut.
Have you had one yet?
I haven't.
Are you scared?
I was smelling them. Want to smell them? It smells like coconut, huh?
And
Can you
liquor.
smell the alcohol
and
a little
then
bit?
then the alcohol hits you with that aftertaste. My neck hurts still, so I can't look all the way. Are they candy?
They have a little bit of a
Aftertaste?
like
of
a
rubbing
burn to 'em.
alcohol?
A little bit like alcohol would. But not so gross that I'd be like,
I wonder if
I'm never eating these ever again.
I wonder if you took them out and like put them on Kleenexes, whatever that stuff's called, paper towels, and kind of just roll, if it wouldn't be better, because it's like still juicy.
Oh yeah. Well, so this one lady, like, she's like, well, you can take them and just rinse them off.
Yeah.
And then with water and then put them.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if you couldn't rinse the alcohol out of there.
Right.
Anyways, so she is eating gummy liquor.
So they're gummy bears. They're Haribo gummy bears.
Don't try it at home unless you are of 21 or older.
They're Haribo gummy bears that I soaked in Malibu rum. They're the pineapple ones. And I soaked them in Malibu rum.
And make sure that if you are of 21 that you're not on probation or parole. Just do it legally.
Do not get yourself in trouble. Be
we don't want
responsible.
anybody. Wrestling Gab does not support trouble.
As Robbie says, all vodka does get you licked. And Sophie says this weekend must be easy for all the talent that isn't booked for the pay-per-view this weekend. Robbie says retirement for Big E. Sophie says, did you hear about someone from AEW will miss almost a year of action because he got into a car accident?
Oh, shit, no.
Haven't heard that one. Luke says vodka gummy bears are amazing, LOL. Well, we're trying pineapple flavored Haribo gummy bears that have been soaked in Malibu rum for
a week.
About 5 days. So, yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
It makes the gummy bears really
Gummy?
soft. I'm like,
You should try it with fish.
they would fall apart, they say.
You should try it with fish. You shouldn't give up. Don't ever give up. You don't have to do it for a week. Just soak them for a day.
Those are very spicy.
Fish.
No, these are very spicy.
Oh. How are they spicy? Are the gummy worms spicy?
No.
Or is it the liquor makes it
It's
spicy?
the liquor makes it spicy.
Huh.
It's weird.
I could smell the liquor at the end.
Yeah. It's at the end, though. Like, the first smell you smell is, like, coconut and pineapple, and then, oh, there's the liquor. Luke says that.
Like any great casino, liquor in the front and poker in the rear of the building.
Sophie says, with Big E injured for an unknown period of time, that must have messed up a lot of storylines for the New Day. And Ravi says, check out D living life on the edge with gummy bears laced in alcohol. Right? Crystal's like, tiki-taki things, lol. Ravi's like, does it matter which city they wrestle in? No, I'm not talking about what city they wrestle in. That doesn't matter. I'm talking about the fact that if you had only one championship, that champion, like, so they had a show in Houston, Texas for Raw, but they had another show in New York for SmackDown. They would have to travel from Houston to New York. And then they'd have to travel wherever they were going to be on Raw next, which could be in Los Angeles. So for that person to go from all those places is just ridiculous. Ernest Bell says, is AEW on? AEW is not on.
AEW's been over for about 3 hours.
This is WWE Smackdown, and Rampage was on earlier today.
Yeah, it was on at 5:30 Eastern. A lot of people had a lot of fun with it today.
So if you missed it, I'm sorry. Sophie says, I'm surprised the USA Network haven't unveiled a new world championship. After Mania, they probably are going to do some type of tournament for it. And Sophie says, I love regular gummy bears.
I like tournaments, and I'm okay if they go that route, but I don't see it happening. Whoever wins Money in the Bank is going to be the new champion. Roman's not giving up both belts. That's just mine. Oh, look at Kofi. He's so tiny. Is he sleeping like that?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
You're screwed. You
It's
can't
fine.
lean back now. You have to stay sitting straight up for 45 minutes.
No sweat.
Yeah, film says, who will win in a hairy armpit match, Rhea or Becky? I choose Becky. What about you, Misty and Travis?
I don't like hairy armpits on women. I don't like hairy armpits on dudes. But I would go with Rhea because Rhea's bigger, stronger, more manly with hairy armpits. Becky's just too feminine. Although she's European, so maybe she already has long hair in her armpits. I don't know. I don't know how that works over there. Big kick! Woods cleaning house. That table set up in the corner. Uh-oh. I thought Woods... Oh, he is. He's moving that table. If he moves that table, usually the person that sets the table up goes through the table.
Let's see. Film says, wait, a mixed gummy bear with alcohol? Yeah.
If you're old enough. If you're not old enough, you can't even look at it.
Robbie says
your eyes.
Malibu with Fanta lemon is banging. I don't even know if we have lemon Fanta here. Sophie says, is that okay drinking and doing this at the same time?
Yeah, do not operate YouTube and drink at the same time.
What's this button fucking do? Oh, I stopped the recording.
Here it is.
Bad.
Here it is.
Of course, that's fine.
It's going to be over. Oh.
Oh, Seamus.
Hopefully his ankle doesn't blow out. He grabbed at his ankle.
Robbie's like, Sophie, of course it is. You should try it sometime. And Robbie's like, I know what you mean, D. It's good to know. Sophie says the bad part about Raw not having a world champion is that everybody on the main event scene on that show don't have anything to fight over.
That's the truth.
Walter says, okay, bye guys. See you this weekend. Be safe. Will do, Walter. You be safe as well. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
I want to see Charlotte go over to Monday Night Raw and take the title there anyways. You know how many people would be upset?
If what?
If Charlotte went over to Raw and took the title off Bianca.
Oh, God. They'd all have a meltdown.
That's
I mean,
just,
the
that's
whole
how you
world
get,
would implode.
That's how you get instant heat.
Instant, everybody hates
because
her
she's
more,
beat
so.
everybody in the 4 Horsewomen except for Charlotte. Who's under there? It's Butch!
Oh my God, they were wondering where he was the whole time. He was hiding under the stage.
He was like a leprechaun just hiding underneath
He wanted to beat and hit and eat Kofi up. He's like, I hate you so much.
Remember, there are no rules in this, so this can happen. He was in Coachella.
He was in Coachella, just hanging out.
Who's going to get thrown through the table? Is it going to be Woods or Kofi? Because one of those two are going through. It's
Ernest
Woods.
Bell's like, did CM Punk win? Win what?
Well, CM Punk did not wrestle today,
Yeah.
but he did win on his last match.
Wednesday?
I can't remember if he wrestled on Wednesday.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Vindicator
It's
says,
over.
tell Leopold to wake up and entertain us. Smack Talk has hit another lull.
He's right here.
He's...
I have a pillow behind me. Oh, look at this. Butch. Just let him go. He's like a child.
Just let him
He's
get
having
his
a
anger
tantrum.
out. It's okay.
On Kofi's face.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Sophie says, remember during the old brand split for a while, the Unified Champion showed up on both shows for a while?
Yeah.
Robbie says, Holland and Sheamus rolling. Vindicator
Was
says
it
CM
live?
Punk did defeat a jobber 2 nights ago.
Was it live at that time, though? Because I know there was a time when SmackDown was recorded. And so it was very easy to have a champion on both shows. Because they just recorded SmackDown after Raw.
Caught up with some Drew earlier.
toast
Now
some
he's talking
marshmallow.
to some Paul Heyman. Sophie says, remember during the old brand split for a while, the Unified Champion showed up on both shows for a while. That probably got old and tiring. But that was probably when they were on one night after the other, and they stayed in the same town, and they were on the same network.
Dun, 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 dun.
Film says, oh snap, it's Pete Dunne. No way, I mean it's Butch. And Luke's like, this Butch thing is annoying as hell. Sophie says the only championship that the main event stars of Raw could fight over is
Don't
the
leave
US
me alone with
championship.
him. Sammy.
Sammy's gonna give the dirt
Oh,
that he
God.
heard.
As a locker room leader, he overhears certain things. Sammy's that's the
Locker room leader. No, he's perfect. But he's like, gone, boy, Butch pulling up tonight. Sophie's like, this match was okay. It wasn't a 5-star classic. But he's like, Butch is pumped up. Sophie says SmackDown wasn't live. Raw was live, but most weeks unless they had a tape show in the UK. Chris says weird segments between Paul and Kayla. And Vindicator says, is Butch your boy, Ravi? Fellow scrappy Englishman.
Don't like you. Oh.
Your initiative. That's how I get my credibility back.
He acknowledges his tribal chief. So he's going to go take care of Shinsuke Nakamura. Without Roman having to do anything. He's going to take care of it on his own.
No. Thank you. Sophie
Dude.
says during the pre-recorded era of SmackDown, there have been times when they threw in a live episode of SmackDown.
Eddie Kingston called Chris Jericho on air. Chris Jericho calls Rampage. Like he's on the stage and does the matches. Eddie Kingston called and, you know, he's like, I've been through hell and blah, blah, blah. He's talking about all the war wounds he's got. And his wife, he's been married to his wife for 20 years. And she's seen the hell that he's went through.
Right.
But he's like, never in my life have I seen the look on her face when I came home and she saw my face. And the tears in her eyes and the fear that I would never be normal again, you know, because he got burned.
Oh, uh-huh.
Anyways, and he's like, Jericho, I'm going to get, you know, you son of a bitch. You know, it goes off. And then he starts laughing. Like, and so he tries to play it off because obviously he just started cracking up laughing. And so he tries to play it off. He's like, he starts laughing. Then he's like, and I'm going to enjoy it, you know. And then he just hangs up real quick. And it's like he totally blew character, man. Because he was like, just like, and then he started laughing. I was like,
my wife was just so upset at how hideous I was. I was going to be so hideous. So hideous.
I'm going to enjoy it, Chris. Click.
I'm so going to get you back, you bastard.
I thought it was pretty funny. And then Chris is like, what the fuck?
What?
Why is he calling me?
Why is he losing it while he's calling me? Is he going crazy? Robbie's like, Sammy looking like the backstage janitor. And Robbie says, Vindicator, I don't mind Butch and her crew with Holland and Sheamus. It's a good crew. Film says, Misty, if you don't want to shave your armpits, why not enter your inner hippie unless you want to? Oh, honey bunny. I'm going to continue to shave my armpits. I'm not a big fan of having hairy armpits. I don't really respect hippies that much. They're a little bit kooky. In a way, too kooky.
It's because they misunderstood the finger for what it was pointing at.
Yeah, probably.
That's what happened. That's why hippies are what they are. It's because they misunderstood the message. Love doesn't mean sleep with people. It doesn't mean have sex with whoever. Love is a different... It has nothing to do with sex, actually.
Nope. Love is a feeling, not a action.
It's a frequency. It's just a totally different place. It's hard to get to.
Let's see. So besides with the Warner Media Discovery merger, a lot of AEW fans are worried because they don't know what that means for the future of AEW.
It means big contracts.
Vindicator says, surprised Eddie has been hitched that long. He seems like the infidelity type. I'm surprised he's married at all, personally.
They could be swingers. I don't
Robbie's
know what they
like, Vindicator, have you actually heard people speak from London? LOL. Oh, as Vindicator said, you sound like you're from London. You have to say it loud and yell, too. Because
you sound like you're from London.
You sound like you're from London. Phil says, I miss that old KFC. I remember on the news, it was a long time ago, a fire started and Time replaced it with a Dunkin' Donuts. And then it replaced a... What? What are you talking about? Did I miss, like, a KFC talk we had?
I don't know.
Vindicator's like, only people named Travis. Ravi, only people named Travis. LOL. So it was like, I wonder how many WWE fans were around when the original brand split that happened 20 years ago. Vindicator says British are better at doing American accents than Americans are at doing British accents.
Probably.
That's terrible.
They evolved.
I do wonderful at
They
a British
evolved
accent.
into us. We didn't evolve into them.
Yeah, hello.
We're way easier to understand for them.
Film says, say I don't seem a good friend. Jacob H., one half of my tag team partner, Wrestling Gab, Fananators.
Faninator.
Weird word to say. So it was like, Wrestling Gab in London would be an interesting stream. Well,
I'd
we
do
have
it.
to talk like this.
I can't do it. But if I hung out there for like 2 days, I think I could talk.
Travis would totally pick up the accent when he was there. He would be like, I can't help it. I have to talk like you. I listen to you all day.
I forgot what I sound like. Oh shit, I can't go back to the Americas. Do I have to take a wooden ship by Christopher Columbus?
It has to be called the Mayflower. Just so you know.
I'm stuck here forever.
Vindicator's like, I like to leave that accent, though, and so does Leopold. Does he? Does he?
Yeah, he meows in French.
Les meow.
He meow.
Les prrr. Even though he's a Siamese cat. Nobody knows what the fuck's up with that shit.
Oh, no. God, no. More Lacey Evans.
Oh my god, we've got to hear her and how sad she is with her life. It's so terrible how awful it is. I feel so bad for her and what she had to grow up with. It's terrible. Just terrible. Poor Lacey Evans. Poor Lacey Evans. JVD is in the chat. Hey, JVD, what's up? My man says, hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm late. My internet was out. What the fuck? What the fuck? You're not supposed to have your internet go out and go away and not be here. I'm disappointed in you. So disappointed. You missed me having alcohol-infused gummy bears. What's up? What's up? It's rude.
So 2 people did kill themselves and 1 people tried to kill themselves.
1 people? That's nice. Robbie says, Vin, look up an actor called Danny Dyer. That's how a lot of people in London speak. Nah, Americans just sound generic. LOL. And Sophie says, why they put some matches on next week's show instead of putting it on the pay-per-view this weekend? Because they don't want to. That's why.
They do what they want.
And only happened in my area in Jacksonville, Florida. That's what I meant. mean by I remember that news a long time ago, and KFC was burned down by a fire and replaced by Dunkin' Donuts. How else would something get burned down if not by fire? Marshmallows?
Brimstone.
Marshmallows
Brimstone.
could possibly do it.
Acid.
Oh, I guess. No, that would be more of a melty type situation.
Building just like...
It wouldn't burn down, though. It'd melt down. Yeah. Robbie's like, LOL. And Film says, I'll snap. Here comes Lacey Evans. And Sophie says, what would be your ideal vacation location spot if you ever decided to go on vacation for a week?
Oh, yeah. If I do, it'll be Greece, and I'll probably go 2 or 3 weeks in a row. And then it would be just on the beach, the white beaches with the blue water.
Robbie says, that's how the queen might speak, LOL. Vindicator says, Lacey should have grown up in the UK. And Sophie says they are pushing this Lacey Evans character as the female version of Lex Luger. And JVD is laughing. What you laughing about, sir? What you laughing about?
She better be a hardcore heel from all this crap that she's spitting out.
Oh, she can't. She's got to be a good guy, right? That's how they're pushing it, sounds like.
Okay, how about not a heel or a face, just a bitch?
And with all that, I'm never coming back. Just kidding.
Against Charlotte, though?
We don't know who.
It doesn't matter who. She needs to be the champion. She was almost there before. Who are you?
She's Samantha Irvin.
No, I mean, like, why is she talking?
She's the normal ring announcer. She normally announces in the ring.
So more Lacey stuff.
Well, she's got to come out.
Show the proper respect. She is heel. She's telling him to do proper respect. When you tell the fans what to do, that's kind of a heel thing. Show proper respect.
Is she crying? She's not a heel if she's crying.
Is she crying?
Yes, of course she's crying.
I don't see any tears.
She came out like...
That's uber heel looking. Or face looking.
Is that uber heel?
Face.
Doing?
I don't know what she's doing.
I don't know what she's doing
She's
either.
like, let me put my muff in your face.
Phil's
like, okay.
Come on, Lacey, go wrestle somebody and show your amazing armpits. I love your armpits, Lacey. And Robbie says, Lacey crying in the corner again. They should team her up with Liv so they cry together. So he's like, this Lacey Evans thing is giving me the whole they are going to feud with her against Charlotte again. JVD says the crowd is going to boo Lacey when she comes back because of this sappy sob story. Well, they didn't do much of anything. Film says, oh snap, she's mentioning that she might become WWE Smackdown Women's Champion. Lacey Evans confirmed she'll become champion. Vindicator's like, they piped in crowd cheers for Lacey Vingettes is hilarious. And Film says, yes, yay, she's coming out. And Sophie's like, oh, new theme music for Lacey. And Film's like, hearts, her armpits.
Why can't we just have the Southern Belle? There was nothing wrong with that character.
Sophie's like, Samantha is also the girlfriend of Ricochet. And Robbie says, Lacey the Jobber Evans with Jobber music to fit, LOL. Sophie says, Nikki Bella is scheduled to host a new USA Network game show.
I feel like he downgraded because I'm not a huge fan of that Kat Slamata's girl or whatever her name is, but she's better than that girl, the ring announcer.
Samantha.
Downgrade. Maybe she's got a good personality. Oh, wait, hold on. Lacey didn't come out?
So Lacey came out, said hi, and then she fucking left? I feel...
Robbed. Cheated
out of something, but I don't know what it should be.
So she just came out to be there?
I guess.
Why wouldn't you have a match? Or something? Sorry. I'm talking about Lacey.
Boobs.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
Oh, okay. I'm like, boobs? What about... Why are they talking about boobs?
Lacey Evans and then boobs. I was having all sorts. I was like, okay.
Lacey Evans boobs? Sweet. Boobs.
Oh, God.
That's cute and funny at the same time.
Why would you not? If I owned a McDonald's, I'd let people get married there.
Right?
I'd have a drive-through wedding thing. Be awesome.
They probably do in Vegas, sweetie. They probably
I want to get married at McDonald's.
I'm going to go down and get married at McDonald's.
My 600-pound life.
I'm going to get me a 20-piece chicken nugget. I'm going to get that 2 for $6 quarter pounder with cheese. Extra cheese.
Get me one of those Big Macs.
I want 4 of those.
With the
4
special
Big
sauce.
Macs. With the special sauce. And then want me like 10 large fries. And you know how their drinks are only $1? Better give me at least 5 Diet Cokes because, I'm watching my weight.
Yeah, but you only have to pay for one if you stay there. Refills.
Film says Sami Zayn, okay, let's get this win. And Robbie says this show ain't live. JVD says, yeah, they definitely piped in crowd chants for Lacey. Sophie says, is it me or does it feel like this week episode of Raw and SmackDown were rewritten like an hour before the shows got on air?
I have no idea what's happening. I don't know about rewritten, maybe written for the first time. I think that Raw was recorded before SmackDown was. So everything was kind of off. Because I think SmackDown was pre-recorded the week before. And oh, wait, never mind. So it would have been after still. But SmackDown was recorded a week earlier. And then Raw was recorded a week earlier. So they had 2 weeks off because they were in Europe. Just driving around.
They were just driving around.
Just having events anywhere that people would show
They're
up.
just going to McDonald's, having events.
Do they have McDonald's in Europe?
Yes. Oh my God, did you just seriously ask that question?
Well,
You didn't. You didn't, did you? Yes, they have McDonald's in Europe.
Not Europe, like in the main part of Europe, like in Great Britain.
Yes, they have multiple McDonald's in
Isn't
Great
it filled
Britain.
with sugar and yucky? Could they have milkshakes?
Yes, they have everything. It's just a little bit different because of their eating stuff. And they all have special sandwiches that's only in for their countries.
Oh, is that from
South Korea does it
That's
too,
from that show
and
with the
Japan,
where they kill people
China.
with John Travolta and the
A Royale with
motherfucker.
cheese.
Yeah, the Royale with cheese.
You're so weird. I love you and your weirdness. Do they have McDonald's in Europe? No, honey.
Also, right at home then.
They are completely deprived of fast food Americanized garbage.
Hey, I had McDonald's in January of 2018. That was the last time I've had it, and we had it every day. Remember?
Yes, I do, because it was January. You were lucky you got food at all.
I was eating 30, 40 McNuggets a day. Not shitting you. Just get me 2 20 pieces. Okay. Hot mustard, please. It'd make me sweat. Probably from eating too much food, not from the hot mustard.
Right? Rob is like, Lacey never said anything, just got squashed. Vindicator says 25-minute break, guys. No interest in Sammy versus Nakamura rehash matches. This roster is limited and boring. Mind-boggling, I continue to say with this junk. It's before a pay-per-view, so it kind of makes sense. They're always kind of lackluster before pay-per-views.
They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be huge go-home shows.
I know, but for the last 2 years I've been watching this with you, you've said it yourself. Why are the episodes before the pay-per-view so blah? Sophie says, when it is live, it is hard to tell the difference between a piped-in crowd noise or a real reaction.
You just look at the crowd. I watch the crowd. I watch the fans. They light them up.
JVD is laughing, and Sophie says, so you guys are describing a Texas wedding except for the married cousins part? And Robbie says, LOD, you could wolf that down, no problem. Oh my God, no way. I can barely, finish a freaking, what do you
Corn
call
dog?
them?
I have no idea.
Quarter pounder. I can barely finish one of those on a
so
small
gross.
fry.
Quarter pounders is the most disgusting thing on their menu.
Right? But I like them.
Do you really?
Yeah. I forgot how good they were.
Oh.
I had one the other night when I drove home. I was like, I forgot how good
I would
this
rather
is.
have just 2 cheeseburgers.
Right. Yeah, they must make them different now because they were all juicy and like they just came off the grill. It was weird. JVD says, yes, this accent is the best. You like that one? Everybody said I should do the show with just that accent. Sophie says, Raw this week wasn't live. I couldn't tell. Robbie's like, McDonald's is McDonald's in the UK. JVD's laughing my ass off. And Sophie's like, does Idaho have Chick-fil-A? Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, they do. There's one up in the city north of us, 45 minutes away. They have one. We just don't have one here in our town.
No. Yeah, I guess there are.
They have them. They have them. Robbie's like, we also have Wimpy, too. We do not have Wimpies here anymore. I remember they had
Blimpies.
Wimpy.
They had a Blimpie.
Wimpies.
I've never heard of it.
Wimpies?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not in the I don't even know if America has them anymore. They used to be huge in the South. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking in the right area. JVD says, do they have McGriddle, though, in Europe? LOL. Looks like they sell 100-piece chicken McNuggets at McDonald's here. Yeah, well, they sell 50 chicken McNugget things at Wendy's for like $10.
What the
I don't know how good their McNuggets are.
They're fine. They're not anywhere near on the level
them.
of McDonald's. But a 100-piece McNugget, I would eat. I would do it. I would say, fuck it. I'm sitting in tonight. I'm going to eat the whole thing. And then take 2 days off.
I'll tape him mukbanging McNugget.
I could do it. I guarantee it. I'd figure out a way.
Rob is like, I'm not a big fan of Mackie D's. I'm not either. Like,
I grew up on it. I had it every Friday. My whole childhood.
It kind of makes me
oh God
a little sick.
That was a terrible move.
Right? Kind of did his
He
shoulder
hurt
and
his
his neck all
yeah.
weird. Philip's like, go, Sami Zayn, go. So he's like, does Idaho have Starbucks? Yeah, there's like 12 of them in our city.
We got a bunch
There's
of
like
those.
12. I hate it. I hate Starbucks. Their coffee's so disgusting. Philip's like, go, Sami Zayn, go. JVD's laughing as Sophie says, with the 100 chicken McNuggets, that would be my dinner for 2 months. I wouldn't even make it 2 months.
It's so hard.
I would eat like 10 and be like, I'm done.
To me, the nugget is only good when it's warm.
Yeah.
Or even room temperature still. Like if it's never been in the fridge. But once it's put in the fridge, it's never the same. Like it congeals all that grossness that they're made out of. Because you can microwave them, garbage. You can put them in the oven, garbage.
Yeah, they're
probably
pretty.
grill them on the grill, maybe outside.
Maybe if you deep fried them. Maybe if you did that weird air fryer thing or something.
Yeah, something like that. But you cannot microwave them. I mean, you can, obviously. Do whatever you
like,
want.
Travis needs to start his mukbang series on YouTube.
Oh, no, that's not happening.
It's never
Dude,
gonna
it would be
happen.
like salad and...
Travis is like...
I eat pretty strict.
He ate something the other night, and he's like, it wasn't very much. He's like, I'm so full. And I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah, no.
I don't even remember what it was. It was like nothing, too. Like, it was like...
Oh, the eggs.
Oh, yeah, it was eggs. I made him eggs, and I said, how many eggs do you want? He's like, I want 4 or 5. And so I made him 4 and gave him an avocado. And he didn't finish any of it. He didn't eat the avocado, which was 1 avocado. He ate, like, half of it.
That's some eggs.
And then he's like, I can't finish this. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you can't finish it? You're like, I'm so hungry, I want 4 or 5 eggs. Like, lying bastard.
It's funny, because I literally, about every day, not every day, guaranteed, but I eat about 8 cups of vegetables, and then I eat like 2, what are those things called? A quad? Chicken quad?
A thigh?
A chicken thigh. I eat 2 of those. That's like my day.
A quad.
So about 800 calories or something. But I'm not hungry at all.
Let's see. Sophie says, my mom loves Starbucks. Starbucks is so good. Their coffee is gross. I don't care if they revamped it. That shit's nasty. It has the worst flavored shit ever.
Have
Rob
you
is
ever
like,
tried a Loca Choca Mocha Noca? Manoa?
Those are gross. Like, anything with that much sugar in it is not coffee. Like, it can't even be coffee
Yeah, but
anymore.
it might still be good.
No, it wouldn't. That shit's too sugary for me. It's so gross. Robbie's like, what coffee would you buy? I actually buy from a local place in town. I support my small business local people. Their coffee is very good. But most of the time, I make my own at home.
Whatever Quentin Tarantino makes in Pulp Fiction, best coffee there is.
That's right, that one. He makes the best cup of coffee. JVD's laughing and Sophie says, if you put chicken in the refrigerator, you have to eat them quick since it goes bad after 3 days.
Whatever.
The chicken nuggets from McDonald's never go bad. Like McDonald's food, you can save it for over a year and it looks exactly the same as it did the day you bought it.
There was a guy that had a hamburger from the original, like from the 60s or something. He still has it.
Uh-huh. Looks exactly like the day you bought it. It's gross. JVD is like, I'd watch every episode, Travis. Of Travis eating. That's funny.
I don't.
Looks like I eat a lot per meal, Sophie. My big frame requires large meals. LOL. I'm the guy who can go to a steakhouse and complete those huge steak contests. I once ate a 70-ounce steak and a pound of steak. A 70 ounce and a pound?
A pound would be 16. Whoa!
So you ate an 86-ouncer? You did the 86er? Not quite the 96er like in the Great Outdoors?
That shit's funny.
Shame. You have to eat the fat, too.
I'd get the meat sweats. Well, yeah, everybody eats the fat.
He didn't in that. And the guy's like, he's done. No, he's not. He's still got some left. That's just fat and gristle. He has to eat it. And he's like, no.
I saved the fat for the end anyway, so.
Film's like, I hope Sami Zayn wins.
2 and 3. No! Sammy
he might.
kicked out.
He kicked out of that
hope
one.
Sammy wins also.
Luke says fries in 35 minutes, then went for ice cream after. Sophie's like, about Wendy's French fries. I would eat the chicken McNuggets for 2 meals if I could. Whenever we have stuff in the refrigerator and it looks like it is going bad or is past the sell-by date, we throw it out.
I don't mind the sell-by date. I'll go about 3 or 4 days after.
Oh, steak fries. A pound of steak fries. Oh, okay. I get it now. That's still not... That's like you can't, like they expect you to eat all these sides and stuff. It should just be the steak itself. People can't even finish that half the time.
Whoa, Nakamura rolls it through. Sammy's such a great wrestler though. He's holding on to this. Nakamura's punching his fist.
He's like, let go.
Oh, he's tapping. How's that not tapping?
He's not hitting anything. Oh.
Sammy rolls it through. 1, 2, and 3. No.
Oh, he got out of it. That's good.
Oh, shit. The follow-through kick. Here it comes.
JBD says, you can call your channel Wrestling with My Appetite.
Right.
That's hilarious. Luna's in the chat. Says, see you Monday, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye, Luna. We'll be here on Sunday for the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view. So
Here it comes.
Want to join us for a minute? Then we'll be here. JBD says, do you guys like gyros? I like gyros from one specific place.
No, I don't like sandwiches.
And that's it.
Isn't that a sandwich?
It's the one in the pita.
Yeah, but
in
it's a
the bread.
sandwich.
Yeah, but you used to eat them.
No, I didn't.
You never ate a gyro before? Ever? In your whole entire life?
No.
Like you never had one ever?
No. I've had a pizza bomb.
Uh-huh.
And I've had Subway sandwich. I didn't even have a Juniors, whatever those things that you like, sandwich
Jimmy
until
John's.
you got them. Yeah, Jimmy John's. I would have never eaten one of those. Uh-oh, Sammy wins!
Sammy wins by a count out.
Doesn't matter why or how.
That's funny.
He wins. Clean.
Gothlesia is in the chat saying, please, I just ate a hay burger. See you next week, too. All right, well, we're going to be here Sunday.
Hey, burger.
Films like Go, Sami Zayn, Go. Sophie says, I ate the fries first and the McNuggets. If I don't have fries, I eat potato chips. Film says, so on Saturday, you're going to do a review. I'll be here.
Right, yeah. It wouldn't be considered a review. But yes. What is it called? Prediction. Backlash.
Sophie's like, wow, Sammy won. Films like Sami Zayn wins. Yes, and Robbie says Subway is big in the UK. I don't really like Subway.
I think it's the #1 restaurant chain in the world. I think McDonald's is growing faster than they are, though.
Yeah.
Couple good matches right there. I'm not a big fan of the 6-man tag team match, but why not? Bloodline's always good.
Right.
RK Bro is good. And then their
Sophie's
tag
like,
along, their
do you
third
guys
wheel.
like tacos?
Yeah.
I like street tacos or homemade tacos. That's about as far as my taco liking goes.
Uh-oh, here comes Randy.
Street tacos if I'm going to
And
like
Riddle.
an actual Mexican restaurant that is authentic. Tacos from home because I would rather have those than like Toxic Hell or anything. Robbie says Sammy with a big win. Chief Detective Martha says I have to Delta. See you Monday. All right, Chief Detective. Sophie says, do you guys like ketchup or mustard?
Both.
Can't you like both of those? As Luke says, I'm okay with Subway, but I do wish they had Firehouse subs here. Those are my faves. Always get one when I'm back in the U.S. We have a Firehouse subs, and I've never been to one. I'm not a huge sandwich person. Like, I just don't really eat a lot of sandwiches. Philip says, Piccolo not here. Nope, he must be doing something else tonight. Sophie says, I feel like they won't do the Unification Tag Championship match after all. They're not doing it after all, ever. They're doing a 6-man tag match instead.
Yeah, there's no unification match. It was never in the plans. It was never something that they had set up.
JVD says, I only eat McDonald's breakfast, hate all their other food. I do like their Egg McMuffin.
Why was there a bunch of giraffes running around?
It's a stampede of Riddle's crap.
Giraffes?
Yeah, I don't know if it's always giraffes. Film says, let's go Arcade Bro. Sophie says, I like Burger King breakfast. They have good French toast.
Oh, it's going to be a face-to-face. So Drew's going to come out next?
Up next. Oh, exciting. Oh. Robbie's like, the graphics are poor. Looks like the top 4 food drink chains in the world are as ranked as of the last month. 4 was Yum China, 3 Subway, 2 McDonald's, and 1 is Starbucks. Oh, barf. Like, ugh. Starbucks is gross. I just don't understand. You know, I get it. They have other things besides coffee, but, like, they're gross. Looks like I've never even heard of Yum China.
It reminds me of Tweak from South Park.
Starbucks?
Yeah, his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Always get a nice cup of coffee. Like, Dad, knock it off. He always goes into a commercial.
Uh-huh. I've never heard of Yum China either. I wonder if it's not in the States yet.
I wonder if it's in China. Because it would make it the #1 chain if it's in China.
Right? Sophie says, for lunch or dinner, I am up for anywhere to eat. Nice. Film says, with honesty, I don't like Starbucks. Me neither. I don't like them. I don't like their drinks. Rob is like, nah, there are better coffee places than Starbucks. I feel exactly the same. Like, my local place makes phenomenal coffees.
I like gas station coffee.
I would never...
It's my favorite. In the thermos.
Oh. I would never say otherwise. If they ever go out of business, I'm going to be sad duck. And then I'll never drink coffee outside of the home again. So he's like, I'm surprised Dunkin' Donuts or Wendy's isn't on that list, or Burger King. JVD says, I don't drink coffee at all. Never liked it. I didn't really start liking it until I got older. I just found something I liked, and then I just kind of drink that, and that's it. I don't really go too far out from my
comfort zone
of drinks. I've tried other coffee drinks. Like, I've tried other people's, like, coffee drinks, like, saying, like, oh, you know, this one's really good. You should try it. It's good. And I'm like, it's just too sugary. Like, I don't like the whole bunch of sugar in my coffee anymore. Looks like, Sophie, because the restraints you mentioned aren't as big socially. Restaurants you mentioned are as big socially as the top 3. Sophie says, I'm not a coffee or a tea person. I love Roblox is in the chat. Hey, Roblox says,
hey, boss.
Are you disappointed that Adam Pearce changed the title unification match at Backlash?
No. I think this is fine.
Sophie says, Wendy's, Dunkin', and Burger King are popular. And
don't want to see all the titles unified, then there's no champions.
Right? Sophie's like, does Idaho have IHOP? We have a couple here. Yeah, we have an IHOP in our town.
Yeah, didn't they call it something different?
They changed some of the names to them to, like, some burger thing, like iBob or iHob or something or whatever. But only for, like, a little bit, and then they changed it all back. So it was just like a...
marketing scam.
Yeah, marketing thing that they did. But, yeah, we have IHOP here. I'm not a huge fan of pancakes, so I do not go to places
Pancakes
like
are probably the one thing that I miss out of all the food that I've given up.
Yeah.
Pancakes. That's why I'm always looking for a pancake replacement. Like when they said the avocado ones, I was like, ooh.
Right?
Darlington.
JVD. Do you guys have bowling alleys by you, LOL?
We used to have a whole bunch
No,
of
we
them.
live in the backwoods, Idaho. We don't have anything called bowling alleys. What the fuck are those?
We used to have a whole bunch of, but now we only have one.
We have one really big
Two.
one.
We have two. There's one on the campus.
Oh, yeah, the campus does have one. I forgot that the campus has one still. Foam says, who will win in armpit deodorant match, Bailey or Bliss? I choose Bliss. What about you, Travis?
Yeah.
Who's going to do that deodorant commercial for those armpits?
Drew McIntyre.
You think he's the best choice for the women's armpit match, deodorant match?
Because he could be like, it's strong enough for me. But
gentle enough for a woman.
But gentle enough for the dames.
Oh, it looks like 5 Yum Brands, 6 Chipotle, 7 Domino's, 8 Wendy's, 9 Dunkin', and 10 Red Robin.
People go to Domino's to get a drink.
Those are the top 10 food or drink places ranked in the world. Huh. So Yum China is number 4, and then Yum Brands is number 5. I don't even know what fucking Yum Brands is.
Yum Brands is all of them. That's like Wendy's and Burger
Yum?
King. Yeah. That's a huge one. That's Taco Bell. And
Well, they have Wendy's on there, so that doesn't make any sense.
it's a bunch of them. The only reason I know what they are is because they sponsored the Olympics one year. And I was like, oh, well, that's like all the good restaurants. It's a bunch of big ones that you've heard of.
Yum Brands, formerly Tricon Global Restaurants, is an American fast food corporation listed on the Fortune 1000. Yum operates the brands KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, the Habit Burger Grill, and Wing Street worldwide, except in China, which is Yum China. So it's not. It's only KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
That's some big ones.
The Habit Burger Grill, and Wing Street worldwide.
I don't know who those last
They
two are,
also previously owned Long John Silver's and A&W restaurants, but those are not with them anymore. They're based in Louisville, Kentucky, and that's not, unless that's not how you say it. Do you say it Louisville or is it Louisville?
Louisville.
Is it Louisville?
Louisville, Kentucky.
I always feel like I say like their cities wrong sometimes.
No, it's Louisville.
I mean, I look at it as Louis, but anyway, so that's the Yum Bros. So that includes KFC. So they're taking all of those and saying that they're number 5, which is pretty pathetic. When you think about it, right? It's kind of pathetic.
Oh, God, Randy's a big dude.
Considering that Drew McIntyre is a big guy.
Yeah, monster.
And they're like the same height and
Basically,
same physique and same everything about them. They're like pretty much the same guy, except one's cooler.
Right.
And it's not Drew.
Acknowledge.
Sophie says maybe they are going to do the tag team unification match for next month's pay-per-view instead. There's no unification. There's no unification, Sophie. It's not happening ever.
No plans.
Ever.
So my question
Get out of your
is,
head.
there's
Get it
only
out of your
5
head.
minutes
Throw it in
left
the
of this,
garbage.
and it takes Roman 5 minutes to get to the ring.
Right? Film says, I agree with you, Travis. I don't want all titles to be unified. And Sophie says, I don't know, Domino's is counted as a restaurant. Why not? It's food.
I mean, of course it's a restaurant.
Food.
But it is. Do they have dining rooms in some states?
I don't know if they do that at all. Vindicator says, IHOP, irritating hypocrisy of politics. Looks like, Sophie, no one said they aren't popular. I'm only listing the top 10 biggest food chains in the world, which means other people's opinions besides Americans are taking into consideration. Yes, everybody. Sophie's like, when does Idaho open their pools?
Usually that holiday that's for the troops. Labor Day, Liberty, Memorial Day.
When it starts to get warm. Usually the end of May. Luke says Sophie Domino's is amazing. Sophie says, I like Applebee's.
Nothing wrong with Applebee's.
You know, Applebee's used to be really good. They used to have some good food. Then they got rid of, like, the good food and replaced it with gross things.
The Sicilian sausage and spaghetti was my favorite.
Yeah.
With the better than sex bread.
They don't have any of that anymore. Like I said, they got rid of all their good stuff. Robbie says, when you, Sophie, give them a call. Sophie says, you guys like to drink lemonade.
I do from certain places. And my favorite place was always Pizza Hut. Pizza
Hut, pink lemonade. Okay, so I don't really like to drink a lot of lemonade. Vindicator says, no, I like to sell lemonade for $5 a cup. Yeah, you're going to have to raise that to $10 due to inflation. Film says, what about Domino's? What about him, Film? What about him? What about Domino's? Do you like him? Do you like him? Do you like Domino's? Is your favorite pizza place? Just kidding.
Domino,
get all
motherfucker.
About the Domino's. Sophie's like, I never heard of Yum Brands before. Well, now you fucking have, because KFC, if you know a KFC, then you've eaten at a Yum brand.
Yep, KFC, Taco
Pizza
Bell.
Hut, have you had Pizza Hut?
Pizza
Guess what?
Hut.
You fucking ate at a Yum brand.
Oh! Roman threw the mic. You don't want to talk.
He's going to chuck it at somebody's face.
Oh, boy.
Robbie's like, Sophie, do you sip your lemonade through a straw? And Luke says, Louisville. Louisville. Yes. I mean, Philip says, I agree with you, Ms. D. That does sound pathetic. And Sophie says, I meant for the June pay-per-view. No, they're not going to do it for the June pay-per-view.
You got to feel bad for Roman because he's got no backup. Like a couple B-listers.
Sophie, they're not going to do a unification of the tag titles. It's just stupid if they do. Robbie's like, it might one day. D, LOL. No, it won't, Robbie. Ever. Never. It's like Applebee's used to be great, but now they are so expensive and the food is horrendous, right? Like, I'm not the only one that thinks that, thank God, because I used to like Applebee's. Like, oh, their food's pretty damn good. Nom, 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 nom,
With a little bit of chicken fried.
I've gone
Cold
there
beer
a couple
on a Friday
times,
night.
and that shit is gross. Like, I have not found anything at Applebee's that I'm like, you know what, I really want to come back here and have this again. And you know what, and if I do, don't worry, it won't be on the menu ever again.
We used to go there every day after we got off work at Pebble Creek.
That's funny. Sophie says, I go to Applebee's. Sometimes, JVD says, do you guys have TGI Fridays by you?
Never heard of it.
No.
No, I've heard of it.
Not.
Because it's like a day of the week, but I didn't know it was a place.
Yeah, it's like a burger place, like that Red Robin kind of.
Oh.
So I don't know if there's one in the city that's kind of north of us. But I know for sure there's one in Boise, and I've been to it, and I had a burger there, and it was delicious.
Roman just got laid out.
Oh, by a Claymore. Nice.
Wow.
It's happening.
They're embarrassing the bloodline.
It's happening. Roman got his head knocked off. It's flying around in the audience now. It's sad. It's so sad. Blood is spurting everywhere. Everywhere. And now the show is over. Sad for everybody.
That just happened. Roman just got kicked right in the face.
Yeah.
Like I said, I felt bad for him because the Usos are nothing.
Yeah, they're dumb. They don't know how to do anything. Anyways, but I had a burger at TGI Fridays. I have to tell about this burger. It was so good. They took the burger, right, and they put a mozzarella stick, but it wasn't a stick. It was round like this. So they took mozzarella and cut it like the round, fresh mozzarella and breaded it and deep fried it and put that on the burger. It was so good. It was so delicious.
Sounds like it.
It was really good. It was probably the best burger I'd ever had. I had it a couple times when I was up there, a few times. Luke says Domino's has dining rooms in some of their stores, but most pizza places got rid of the dining rooms. Yeah, we have one Pizza Hut in our town that still has the dining room. It's a Wing Street also. Robbie says, what's this segment all about? Drew
They're setting it up.
And the Arcade Bros setting up the 3-on-3 fight at Backlash. Anas Yuzumaki is in the chat.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Says hello. Hi.
Just ending. We'll be here Friday.
Friday.
We'll be here on Sunday for the pay-per-view, so join us then.
Sophie's like, I also like Red Lobster or Chili's. Film says, when my dad went to Applebee's, he got scammed, so that's why he never trusts his Applebee's again, and that's why he hates it to this day. Oh, that's sweet. It looks like Domino's gives you more food for cheaper prices and doesn't add 5Y 53,267 fees to your bill. Anas says, I heard that Dean Ambrose is coming back to WWE.
Oh, yeah? Well, that'll be exciting. Looking forward to it.
As Luke says, oh goody, more dumb rumors. Right? But it's so fantastic.
Rumors
Thank you for sharing
make
those wonderful
the
rumors.
world go around.
Oh, it's amazing. Robbie says Domino's is a ripoff in the UK. They scrimp on the toppings. You know what? I asked for double toppings, and they gave me like 5 extra pepperonis. It was pathetic, and I hate them. Sophie's like, with the 6-man tag, who will take the pinfall? That will be interesting. Robbie says, gee, just because you don't want it to happen, don't mean it won't happen. I just feel like it's not going to happen anytime
What is it?
soon. That unification of the tag
It's not
matches.
going to happen. It's not even in their plans. They never planned it to happen. That's from Sean Rossap. By the way, got in an argument with him today on Twitter.
Sweet arguments.
Sean Rossap. He's like a blue checkmark guy.
Did you wrestling gab it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't have well, I guess I do have personal.
Looks like, Robbie, I think you're wrong. Domino's here gives food amounts for good prices, but people just want to be greedy. LOL. Robbie's like, Travis needs to carry on singing. JBD's laughing. And Robbie's like, oh, laughing loop depends where you go, I think. And Vindicator says, classic face-to-face contract signing style of ending. 2 out of show. Well, I guess I will see you guys for Backlash. This did nothing to hype me up. Oh, well. Until then, you all take care. Bye, Ben.
Bye.
As it says 2 out of 10, I meant, ha, bye. I think it was 2 out of show. Sounds way better.
2 out of show, easy.
Film says, who will win in our particularly match, Becky or Bailey or Nikki or Carmella? I choose Team Becky. What about you? Sophie says, we know we are going to see Brock return to WWE TV this summer. And Phil's like, go Arcade Bro, go. They are going to win. Luke says, Night All. And Robbie says, oh, for a second, looked like Dee was taking her shirt off when she was removing her mic. Robbie, you're a sick man. Sick little man.
That's only on her OnlyFans.
Don't worry, when I get off air, I do take my shirt off. Just for all you crazy girls and guys out there. Yeah, alright, anyways, we're going to leave now. We're going to do predictions sometime this weekend, but we'll definitely be here for the pay-per-view on Sunday. Everybody have a great weekend, and take care.
I'll sing you on the way out with a little bit of chicken fried.
I just have to press that one? Okay, good. Bye.